This will define everything as the New York Yankees are primed for a big stretch of games that could give us an important insight on who the 2025 Yankees can be moving into a playoff push. We'll break down all of this as we kick off the month of September here on Yankees Digest. What's going on, guys? Alex Brooks back here on Yankees Digest, giving you guys a daily dose of Yankees content every day of the week. I have been on vacation for a little bit, but I am back here to give you all the Yankees content that you need. But before we get into anything revolving the New York Yankees, if you guys are not subscribed to these videos, if you are a part of that 72.6% who aren't subscribed to these videos and getting daily doses of Yankees content, you guys better hit that subscribe button, comment down below to join in on this conversation. The Yankees are heading into a big stretch of games that I'll get into quick, but you guys better subscribe to stay up to date on everything revolving the Yankees. But getting right into this video as talking about this stretch for the New York Yankees is the Yankees right now. Since I went on vacation, I was actually talking to Chris earlier. As I went on vacation, the Yankees didn't lose a game. And then when I came back, they lost the game against the White Sox. Maybe I'm the jinx. Who knows? But anyway, the Yankees have been on a roll. They took the last game in Boston, and then they were able to sweep the Nationals and take 3 out of 4 in Chicago. But now this is where it is make or break time. I know that the Red Sox series was a little bit of troubling time, but the Yankees were able to win most of the games that they were able to take care of. And Aaron Judge, the captain, talked a little bit more on this. He said, "We've got to show up every single day and prove it," Judge said. "It doesn't matter what we did the past road trip. Doesn't matter if it was good or bad. We've got to show up every single day here. We've got something to prove, more to ourselves than anybody else. We've got a special team here, and guys know the opportunity we've got ahead of us. The boys are fired up. We're ready to go." And that was Aaron Judge after the loss against the White Sox. And it was just something where this stretch for the Yankees moving forward, I mean, it's just kind of putting everything in the rearview mirror. The Yankees are now trying to go in against these really big opponents. We look at this stretch right here: 3 at Houston, 3 versus Toronto, 3 versus Detroit. So Toronto and Detroit are both at home, and then 3 at Boston. So you're looking at all of these games right here. That is a massive stretch, a massive 12-game stretch for the New York Yankees if they're able to really take advantage here. And it really is just something that they need to take advantage of, because you obviously have Houston, who the Yankees have had a little bit of trouble with this season, dropping 2 out of 3 at home. But then when you get to Toronto, I mean, you just got to find a little bit more inside you to win these games. And then against Detroit, you never know if you're going to face Skubal or if you're going to face one of their other top flight pitchers. But then when you go to Boston, I mean, that's just whoever really takes advantage of that series is going to end up probably being the first wild card. And that could mean if the Yankees are going to go to Boston for 3 games, or Boston is going to go to the Yankees for potentially 2 or 3 games. So it's just very, very crucial that the Yankees are able to take a lot of these games here against Houston, against Toronto, against Detroit, against Boston. I don't believe that the Yankees are going to take most of these games, because Yankees have proven in the past that they haven't been able to take advantage of the tough competition. But being able to kind of leave everything and ride on your momentum against the Nationals and the White Sox kind of can bring them into a new gear here in September. And just wanted to look at the standings so far for the Yankees. They're 3 games out of first place and a half game up on the Red Sox in the standings. The Toronto Blue Jays have kind of fallen down a little bit since being on that hot streak with being up 6 games, and the Yankees just coming off a 7-game winning streak with that loss against the White Sox. So the Red Sox are on your coattails right now, and the Yankees are trying to provide a little bit more pressure. And how you provide more pressure is winning big games against the Houston Astros, especially being away and having a little bit more momentum being on the away side. And just looking at just what Toronto has done so far for the Yankees this season. 7-3 against the Yankees. The Yankees have been notoriously bad this season against the AL East teams. Don't know if it's just an Achilles heel that the Yankees have against the AL East. There's a lot of tough competition with the AL East this year, especially with the Red Sox and Blue Jays. There's going to be three teams potentially that are going to come out of that division and go into the playoffs. And Toronto is definitely one of them, where they were catching fire for most of the summer. So the Yankees got to have a little bit more grit, have a little bit more of a motivation to win at least 2 out of 3 and make a statement against the Blue Jays and provide a little bit more pressure. And then when we're looking at this wild card standings, the Yankees are 3 games up, a half game up on the Boston Red Sox at the time of recording. And then Seattle Mariners have that final wild card spot. So the Yankees, you may see this, they may be sitting comfortably in that 1 or 2 spot, but you still got to put the pedal on the gas. You got to make sure you put the foot on the gas and really take advantage and kind of show what you're about. I mean, really show what you're about this season, because we've seen that the Yankees have been able to do so well against, opponents like the White Sox and the Nationals, who are not making noise this season, and other opponents that you're not really impressed by, the teams that you should be. Well, what is it going to take when you're going to win against teams that you know, against in a playoff series? That could be a preview. So, like with the Houston Astros, the Toronto Blue Jays, Detroit Tigers, and the Boston Red Sox, you could see 1, 2, or maybe 3 of those teams in the playoffs. So what are you going to do to make that statement here September? Because those 12 games you got to treat as playoff games. And you got to go in there and you got to use your philosophy in order to win games. I mean, the Yankees have been able to do well with the long ball, but if they're facing off against tough pitching, then you got to make the small ball and get runs while stealing bases and making the correct decisions with going to different bullpen guys and really just trying to win those games. But what do you guys think regarding this stretch? It's a very tough stretch with these 12 games against Houston, Toronto, and Detroit and Boston. Definitely think that they can get some momentum here with these 12 games, but want to get your thoughts down in the comments. And just looking at the guys that I really think that can make a difference for this Yankees team moving forward is those 3 guys, the 3 MVPs on this team: Giancarlo Stanton, Aaron Judge, and Cody Bellinger. And the reason why that I think these guys will really make big dividends for the Yankees moving in September is that they all have playoff experience and they all have some sorts of playoff success. Stanton has been able to do wonders for the Yankees in the playoffs. Last year, they kind of rode him to the World Series. You obviously have Judge, who has been notoriously bad in the postseason, but he has been able to come up in clutch moments in spurts. And then when you have Bellinger, he's been able to be on the Dodgers when they won in 2020. So all of these guys have playoff experience and being able to be leaders in this clubhouse, especially with Judge being the captain and Stanton being a good duo to Aaron Judge. So these 3 guys definitely, I believe, can make some noise in September and then move it over to October. And when we start off with the captain, Aaron Judge, you're looking at his stats so far. Unbelievable. 324, 43 home runs, 149 hits, and 110 runs, and looking at OPS 1.117. I mean, he's having an MVP caliber year. And, you look back at the MVP race right now, Cal Raleigh and Aaron Judge. As a Yankee fan, and as all Yankee fans listening to right now, I don't believe that it's close looking at the metrics and how the Yankee season has been going on. Definitely Aaron Judge has made the case to be an MVP and get his 3rd MVP. And, that's definitely a video and a conversation for another time. But Aaron Judge, he's got to perform in these playoffs if the Yankees have any chance of going into the championship series and moving forward into the World Series and making a deep playoff run. So when starting off with Aaron Judge, definitely going to be a guy who they need to perform in the playoffs. And then also, Giancarlo Stanton. I mean, the Yankees have been notoriously, absent in offense outside of Giancarlo Stanton. I mean, last year I told you he was doing so well for the Yankees that he really just took over the playoffs last year, and they are going to need him again. They're going to need his clutch bat in the playoffs to get hits, to get home runs, and drive runners in order to do well against this tough pitching, because you obviously have tough pitching, but when the moment is bright and the lights are bright, Giancarlo Stanton is notoriously known to perform in the postseason. Having him on the Yankees and returning is going to be huge for the playoffs. And then going to the new Yankee, Cody Bellinger. His dad played with the New York Yankees, and he's going to have an opportunity to be in the playoffs and show what he can do and make his mark on this Yankees team, have his Yankee moment, and being able to have a crucial big season for the Yankees. 279 average, 26 home runs, 83 RBIs, and in a contract year, Cody Bellinger definitely wants to make his money, but he also wants to have that legacy with the New York Yankees, having his dad play here and then having a Yankee moment. So three guys that I do believe need to perform well if the Yankees are going to make any noise, and a lot of noise, in the month of October. But that's going to do it for another edition of Yankees Digest. Appreciate all the support you guys are giving us on this channel. Tune into this month of September and help us go into this month of October where the Yankees can hopefully make a playoff run. Hope you guys have a great night, and as always, let's go Yankees.